My family.
Is it too late to get ready?
What will happen
My family.
Is it too...
Are we still ready?
Beliefs
What will
about
happen to my
Ascension.
children? Are we still and
What
we
can I
ascend?
do to help? What can I...
I get a lot of people asking me many questions, so I thought I would publicly address the most common questions I have received in the last month or so.
What will happen to my children or partner when we ascend?
My family and friends do not share my beliefs about Ascension, and I fear for them.
Is it too late to get ready for Ascension?
Are we still going to ascend?
What can I do to help?
I will cover the first two questions together. What will happen to my children or partner when we ascend? And my family and friends do not share my beliefs about Ascension and I fear for them. If you have watched my series on soul ages, you'll understand that each person on Earth, children included, are individual souls on an individual journey of experience and lessons. Therefore, your child or friends are on their own journey. Their soul already knew what they were coming into and as such have already chosen to ascend or not ascend based on their soul age. So nothing you or anyone else can really alter their choice. As a father myself, I understand the natural urge to protect your children. But in the bigger picture, I also understand that they will be exactly where they are meant to be and exactly at the right time for their experience that they have chosen. The same can be said for any member of your family or any of your friends. What you really need to understand is by worrying about others, you will hold yourself back. Fearing for your children, family or friends only creates a fear-based mentality within yourself. So, as I've already discussed in the Mechanics of Ascension series, you need a love-based mentality to ascend. And a fear-based vibration will not allow you to create the 12-strand DNA needed to boot up your divine DNA. So, in short, don't worry about your children, your friends, family members. They will look after themselves, you look after you.
Is it too late to get ready for Ascension?
No, it's never too late. Probably the single most important aspect is your intent. If you are a naturally loving and giving person, then your intent is said to be pure. On the other hand, if you are an angry, aggressive, or generally negative person, then your intent is said to be negative. So, in its most simplistic terms, a person with a pure intent may be capable of ascending. This is only for those that have no knowledge of raising their vibration, like children or isolated cultures. Unfortunately, if you are aware of the spiritual path and about meditation and a love vibration, you cannot pretend you don't and just expect to ascend. Laziness, denial, or putting it off till tomorrow are all fear-based choices. So, as I have said, meditate once a day, or more if you want to, for a minimum of 20 minutes. Try and use this meditation to clear your chakras. Try and distance yourself from distractions like television, video games, unhealthy relationships, and avoid at all costs things like fluoride, junk food, and unnecessary medications like flu shots. You know, they say you can only get a flu strain once, so how can they predict the new strain each year to give you an inoculation? Something fishy there. Anyway, most of all, stop worrying about, is it too late? That is fear, and fear does not help. Adopt an old soul attitude of what will be, will be.
Are we still going to ascend?
Yes, in fact, it's already begun. But you need to be patient. No one knows exactly how it will play out because this has never happened before. So there are several different outcomes that may occur. It all depends on how humanity conducts itself during these times. Remember, love or fear. So right now, here in November of 2012, the dark forces are trying very hard to start World War III in the Middle East. Make no mistakes, they are extremely scared of the Ascension. It means an end to all of their power, wealth and control. So they will stop at nothing to stop the Ascension. Unfortunately, Spirit always thought that there would be more mature souls, which comprise about 29% of the world population, that would have awoken by now. So along with the later level young souls and the old souls, it was thought there would have been enough higher souls to raise the world population vibration to allow about 1.3 billion to ascend. However, many of the mature souls have been caught up in the duality of the third dimension, and they've been sucked into the fear mind control propaganda. So in an attempt by the mature souls to placate their guilt, they will often donate money to the Children of Gaza Fund or click a like button on Facebook causes or something. They feel this is enough, they've done their duty, and then they move on. Now, I'm not saying it is wrong to do these things, but in reality, what good do they do? I mean, 70% of most donations go towards paying the administration staff and never actually make it to any children. And Facebook causes may get millions of likes, but they don't really go any further. Money donations and like buttons are not really the solution. Which leads me to the final question.
What can I do to help?
Firstly, focus on love and light. I have often taught people that if there is someone in your life that upsets you or causes you grief, don't hate them, love them. Yes, I know that sounds hard, but try and visualize this. Visualize this person standing in front of you smiling. You smile back at them and then open your heart chakra and project a beam of pink light toward them. Allow the pink light to completely surround that person. If you can do this for maybe 5 or 10 minutes per day, you will be amazed how quickly that person changes their attitude toward you, and they'll often show you a lot more respect. And the longer you do it, as in the more days you do it, the better they will treat you. So imagine what would happen if 1 million people from all over the world spent just 1 minute focusing pink light from their heart chakra onto Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, then another minute on the Hamas Prime Minister Ismail Haniyeh. Then view the two men together smiling and embracing each other. Look, I know this sounds simple, and that is the point. The one thing that Spirit says to me over and over and over is, everything is simple. It's humans that make things complex. And in fact, they say to me, these so-called gurus out there that come up with all these really complex, things, meditations and breathing techniques, bah! It's all simple. It's not supposed to be hard. I realise there are a lot more low vibrational world leaders out there that need a good healthy dose of pink light. But we need to start somewhere. Just think if all the light workers in each country focused on just the politicians and decision makers in their country, then later join forces and we'll all go after those New World Order bigwigs. The coming ascension is not a mass ascension per se, as in millions of people just disappearing all over the place. Ascension is a unique experience for each person. But that said, think of it like this. You and 2 of your friends need to get over a really tall fence. None of you can do it on your own, but if 2 of you push the other one up first, they get to the top. And they stay up there. So the next person gets pushed up by one other person and pulled from the person at the top. Finally, the 2 at the top lift the third person up over the fence. So each of you got over the fence, but you could only do it with the help of others. That is what Ascension is like. Even though it is a personal experience, we still need to help each other. So the more people that have raised their vibration, the easier it will be for everyone. You see, it's all about unity consciousness. That's what Ascension is all about. We've spent the last few thousand years learning how to separate ourselves from each other and the source and the earth. Now it's time to come back together. So the only way we can do this, friends, is to unite consciously. Believe it or not, all of the information you need is contained in my original videos. But sometimes it's hard to see the forest for the trees, as they say. That is why I would recommend you go back over some of them, particularly soul ages, the prophecies, and the mechanics of activating your 12-strand DNA. I find that sometimes I need to read a book 3 or 4 times over several years, because each time I reread it, I discover a new truth. And that's purely because I lacked the understanding the first time to really get it. But after a couple of years of new experiences and learning, I then understand the lessons in the book that it's trying to teach me. So the same goes for videos or any other form of media. Finally, I've said it before and I will keep saying it. Meditate. If you meditate once a day for a minimum of 20 minutes, within 2 weeks everything will start to change. The answers will come and your life will become much more simple. Love and light, Danny.